Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Tuesday morning trading room. I apologize for the late arrival. I was having some technical difficulties this morning. Had to reboot my computer. And of course, by the time it goes through its startup sequence, it's like 10 minutes. So you can see, I turned the screen share on, but you can see my charts are still trying to load. Looks like I was going to say it looks like a soft open, but it's hard to tell just here from the Falcon. Oh no, there they go. They're getting some giddy up. Almost there. One more chart. Come on. There we go. Okay, toss the trade manager on. Oh my, it's still going through so many startup functions here. It's crazy. Okay, there we go. Oh sure, Mark, rub it in. Mark says I picked up a nice little trade just before the market opened. A late filter entry signal. Oh, must be this one back here. You know, it's for those of you who are either really early risers or are in the Eastern time zone, a lot happens pre-market about an hour before the North American Open. So that would be Pacific time around 5:30, 5:30. The market volume really starts to increase relative to the rest of the overnight. And you'll also often see traders position themselves early or just take advantage of an opportunity. The debate is open on that one. But still, look at this signal here about a half hour before the market opened, a textbook late filter entry signal. Just beautiful. Filter goes out of sync, comes back into sync. Trend line itself never changes color, even went nice and flat, which is desirable for a late filter entry signal. And yeah, great follow through on that. We had, let's see here from the open. Oh, actually, we're already seesawing here a little bit. So the open went down, then up, then down. This is now heading up again, all in the span of about 5 or 6 minutes. Yeah, Mark says, I hate it when technology happens. Ain't that the truth? They're great when they work, but oh, my computers can be annoying when they don't work. As we all know, preaching to the choir on that one, as they say. All right, so let's see, they're gonna rebound here a little bit and still doing their little back and forth thing. Where are we at here? We're at sitting around 75, 70. I'm trying to get my bearings. Usually what I do before I open the room is I'll review yesterday's trading a little bit, kind of get a feel for where the market's been at, where we're going. Maybe we'll look at the daily chart. That'll give us a broader perspective. Aha, we're getting a little bit of consolidation going on there. Why is that important? Well, because consolidation usually precedes a move. You'll see it time and again. And this is not only on the daily chart. This happens on all charts. You see how each move was preceded by a little sideways trading. So if we remain sideways from here and these highs hold, I don't know, there's could be a bigger move to the downside coming. Now, don't be panicking. Don't go cashing out your retirement savings just yet. It looks like a move back maybe to 7,200, maybe even down to here somewhere, 7,000. The talking heads on TV will be running around shouting the sky is falling, but really it's not unusual to see a correction, especially in the fall. No doubt you have heard the term Black October. And that, of course, is because a lot of times we'll see market corrections in the fall. Right now, they seem very content to be bouncing back and forth. A trade forecaster says we're supposed to be in trend mode for 105 minutes. I always get a little suspect whenever the trade forecaster forecasts any condition for a very long period. So an hour and a half, it's kind of borderline. You know, if this said 305 minutes, then I would think, okay, well, we just have something kind of funky going on, and sure, it may trend, but for 305 minutes, not very likely. Even 100 minutes is kind of, like I say, borderline. But when it is in trend mode, we should anticipate a little bit more follow through and fewer and less violent pullbacks. Now, that hasn't been the case so far, but when we get a signal, I think I'll try to run it out a bit. Ooh, Mark's a little touchy here this morning. He says, October is my birth month. I try not to think of it as black, but more as an opportunity to make some good money. October has always been a good trading month for me so far. Yeah, you know, the fall is probably the briskest time for trading. Summer, of course, tends to be a little bit quiet. And spring can be hit and miss, but fall is usually a pretty good time to trade. And then, of course, there's Oktoberfest. Woohoo! Okay, another possible late filter entry building here on the Falcon. No signal yet, but we have the trend line holding. We have the filter out of sync. There we go. So now this is a late filter entry signal. See, I should talk less and do more. I was going to say I'll set it up and show you how it works. I'll set up the trade first and then I'll explain it. And this is still, oh, it's quarter to the hour. This is always an awkward time to trade for me. It seems when I review my trading journal, a lot of times the market tosses me a knuckleball at the quarter to the hour mark. Yeah, Mark, you're absolutely right. Mark says the nice thing about futures is you can make money either way. That's so cool compared to everything else, and that is true. You know, a lot of traders, well, your casual trader does not pay that much attention. They just want something, tell me what to do, make me some money. Oh, these lines cross, I should do that? Okay. So if you happen to take this trade, you see how the market is recommitted? We were talking about this a little bit yesterday. This would be a good time to bring your stops down. You could, if you can tolerate it, bring your stops to here. That's probably a little bit safer. You see this candle now, how it's working, how we're getting a little bit of an uptick. If this bar finishes low, then again, that shows me that the buyers tried to push up, but the sellers recommitted. At that point, I might even consider bringing the trade down to break even, because it's going to be do or die for the sellers. See, so I bring it to break even, and there we go, we hit our profit target. So even though I generally start with a very lopsided trade, it's only for protection's sake. This is, again, it's my safety net. I'm allowing the risk portion of the trade manager to control my risk. So if this trade, you know, if it beelined higher and stopped me out and didn't give me any chance, any opportunity to get out, which can happen, by the way. It's rare, but it can happen. I have still maintained my risk exposure. I've lost 2% of my trading capital. Or in this case, I know it's actually closer to 1.5% of my trading capital. Excuse me. Those kinds of losses are not the ones that are going to hurt you. Those are not the kind of losses that are going to wipe you out. And as with this example, the wide stop is only a start, right? Once we see how the market is responding, well, we can start to bring our stops in. And then as the trade kind of makes its final attempt to move, we can bring our stops, excuse me for a moment. Oh, sorry about that. We can bring our stops in tighter still, so that if for whatever reason the market does fail, well, at least we get out with a break-even stop. That is much more preferable to my way of thinking than, okay, here's your signal bar. You throw, and this is what a lot of people do, they'll throw their stop above the signal bar, right? There's your signal. I'll put my stop right here. And what happens? Oh, I got stopped out, only to watch the market go on without you. Right? We've all been there. Don't do it. right, so where are we at relative to the support and resistance lines? Okay, we're below the median line. I don't like all this candy striping that's going on. That's a little choppiness showing up right there. We're getting some hard edge bounces here, some number 3 signals. Hard edge bounce here on the Eagle. The Hawk a little conflicted, as is the Falcon. I do think the sellers may have an advantage here this morning, maybe. We'll have to see as they slowly establish a little bit of a sideways trading range. We're just kind of retracing our steps here since the open. Okay, well, the Hawk and Falcon a little bit more bullish. The Eagle, let's see if I shoot a trend line here. We may see something as we get closer to that trend line. And there we go. And I think that trend line is going to be, oh, no, not quite as close to the median line as I thought it might be. All right, there's a little bit of a pushback. So there's evidence now that the sellers are still involved. Overall, though, it's pretty sideways. I don't know what to do with this. You know, everything is just so neutral. It's really locked in a tight sideways range here this morning. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how it breaks. It will break eventually. Eventually, the operative word there. If you were inclined, like I said, I think I would give the nod to the sellers. You could just pick up one of these signals, providing you can keep your stop far enough away. It could be a profitable opportunity. This now a green bar sell off the hard edge here in your eagle. And you can see your green bar sell tends to be a fairly reliable signal for the most part. But sideways trading ranges, they're tough because, hey, they're sideways. All right, so I was just saying I would give the nod to the sellers, and yet now everything has turned bullish. Geiger counter is green. All right, maybe, just maybe I'll try a buy signal first. Oh, here comes the buy signal. So we're going to get comparable signals. The cloud crossover occurs when your clouds change direction. There we go. There's the signal. I'll set up. Yeah, Mark says, welcome to today's adventure of Market in a Vacuum. Well, the temptation here is that when the breakout comes, it could be substantial, right? But I don't know. They're thinking about it. All right, there we go. Let's see if we can get any follow through on this one. Did they slip? Nope, no slip. Come on. There we go. The Geiger counter, you can see, is turning red, which is not what I want to see. Obviously, there's some selling as we're getting close to this swing high up here. It's always a challenge when you're looking for a bit of a breakout style move. They're beating up on me a little bit here now. So if I can see another bull bar or bullish swing, I will become a little bit more aggressive with my stops. But right now, come on, give me one more bar, you stinkers. Right now, it's not looking all that promising. You can see the Geiger counter turning red again. Come on. You can do it. All right, I'll roll below here. This is a little bit aggressive, but it is the hard edge. I have a feeling I'm going to get tagged out on this one. Okay, maybe I will get ready with my bar high low. So I'm putting the squeeze on it now. Oh, look at that. I'm going to force the trade to break even. Woohoo! Get up there. Don't stop now. Oh, heartbreaker. Well, it wasn't a loss, which is always preferable. That was some craziness going on there. Got a little lucky on that one, I have to admit. Okay, we're back up to the median line. And what are they going to do now? Well, they didn't make a whole lot of progress there, did they? All right, well, they didn't care too much to head higher. I might try them short. This is how it goes sometimes. You just kind of feel your way around until you see which way the market is actually going. If you feel like you're turning on a spit, there's a good reason for that. Hey, way to go, Mark. Mark says, I was in there with you, took 400 on 4 cars, all in, all out. Nicely done. Yeah, they're really non-committal right now, it seems. Okay, here now the number 2 signal. I am going to try this to short. Give me a chance to get in here. They're not seemingly wanting to go higher, so I'm going to try to sell it, and I'm going to try to sell it big, because we haven't really seen anything resembling a move of the day just yet. So let's see, what have we got? So below here we have the primary support. Aha, down here we can anticipate a 2-zone move, and that's going to be my target. I'm swinging for the fences here. I can probably employ my ATR. Oh, don't you dare. Not yet. We're off to such a nice start. If you're sitting on a bigger wallet, your best stops are still up here. Remember, the bigger you can make your stop, the more likely your trade will become profitable. And then there's me. Oh, don't you give me the swing. Come on, you can do it. This now number 1 signal in the making, right? The clouds are crossing. Here's the pullback. Here comes the number 1 signal. Well, that's okay. So as we wait for the number one signal, and perhaps there it is, sell it. And we'll try this again. Come on, profit order. Come on, stop loss. And we'll bring that one back a little bit. Come on, computer. Jeepers. So we're looking to challenge now the low of the morning. That's why we're getting a little bit of a pushback. And, you know, stops again need to be reasonably deep to start. That's just how it is. Okay, if we can take out the low here of the morning, this trade does have some room to move. And that's kind of what I'm looking for, is a recommitment by these early sellers to take this market lower now. If by chance you are still in this number two trade from up here and your stops were up here, now is probably a good time to bring your stops in, at least here to the hard edge. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. Mark says, I wonder what POTUS's meeting with the world leaders will do to the market. Yes, when I don't know. I don't know. Is President Trump much of a diplomat? It's like he's always playing hardball. Yeah, no. All right, you guys, come on. They made the initial break. Where's the follow through now? We're getting another one of these. See the Geiger counter turning green, so a lot of hesitation. Not a lot in the way of commitment here this morning. They had me going with that nice little move lower, only to watch them recover again. We still haven't saw any new numbers since the open. We are still trading over the same numbers that we started with. So I'm going to throw my stops up a little bit further and then adjust them as opportunity allows. I'd really like to see a good challenge here of this 75-60 zone. I think 75-60 was a fairly popular number yesterday as well. Perhaps I was a little bit too quick. Should have waited for the breakout. Well, let's see what they can do. Nope. Looks like I got stuck on the wrong side of this one. Well, there's still a little bit of hope, but I'm not getting too excited about it. The market's got to get back down here. It's got to get out of this sideways trading range. Yeah, Mark says I've been in a few trades over the last 18 months that should have worked, then out of nowhere a tweet rocks the market in the wrong direction. This is why we use stops. Yes. You know, it still amazes me how many people um, trade without stops. I don't I don't get it. It is your only protection against wiping yourself out. Why would you not? right, here we go. A glimmer of hope. They're toying with me. It's the old cat and mouse thing going on. I'm not quite sure which one I am. I'm tempted to roll my stops. If I'd like to see one more little recommitment here on the part of the sellers. I've held on this long. I don't want to get tagged out now. All right, here we go. We'll bring the stops in a little. All right, here we are, back near the lows. Are they going to make the break? Nope, not yet. We do have a number one signal forming, though. Okay, a glimmer of hope Let's see here where the ATR is at. Certainly I should bring my stops up here. Come on, you guys, give me one more swing. All right, so I'll bring my break even here, and oh, come on. Just need one more push. Here they go. You can see the Geiger counter. We had that flurry of selling come through the market right there. That's what brought it down, but where's the follow through now? A little bit too much of a bullish pushback. Oh, way to go, Mark. Mark says, I'm done for the day. Got my 3 trades in. All right, Mickey's having a problem here. For some reason, he says I don't have my wicks on my mean Renko bars. If you're in a trade, don't make any changes, but what you may need to do is go here to your data series and this tag right here, wick. Yours, if you're running a black background, is probably set at black. So you'll want to change that to white. If that still doesn't solve the problem, I'll put in Ben's email here. For those of you who don't have it, it's support@indicatorwarehouse.com. I'll put it in the window for everyone. Send an email to Ben and he should be able to get you squared away. But if you are in a trade, it's best not to make any adjustments. Oh, you guys. I'm so tempted to roll my stops back up here, but I know I shouldn't. See, they're going to retest the high. Oh, all right. Well, we'll see whether that was a good call or not. See how they break the last swing by a tick or two. Stinkers. Well, that was unfortunate, but I guess in hindsight I could have been a little bit more aggressive. And now we're back in the sideways range. That's kind of how our day is going right now. Okay. Now we're getting a little bullish again. Oh, Well, folks, nothing going on. I don't know if we're going to see a move here. There's been subsequent little moves. I guess I missed the late filter entry opportunity here on the Falcon. It looks like that one worked out. I was looking elsewhere. But by and large, we are still very sideways. You open up your chart, it looks like this. It should be screaming sideways trading range to you. So we'll hang with it for a little while still. Way to go, Mark. Mark says, I couldn't pass up that late filter entries. My grandpa always said, one more and I gotta go. um, I'm not that committed to the market just yet. You can see we're testing the top end of our trading range that we've kind of established today. Overall, it's been a very quiet sort of day. I'm tempted just to button up shop here for today, and we'll try it again tomorrow. There's not a whole lot going on. I will probably try one more trade if the conditions are right, just to offset that earlier loss. But I don't know. There's something going on here today that the market's not feeling very committed. All right, gang. I think we'll, like I said, we'll button up shop here a little bit early. We'll try it again tomorrow. I will talk to you then. Bye for now.